I'm not quite sure how to start this. I'm not scripting any of this because I want it to be more authentic. Because, like, with my brain injury, I have issues finding words sometimes, and then I have to explain the word to find it, or I just give up and whatnot. So I figured this would be a little more real than scripting it out like I've done before. I didn't script the last one either, but the before one. Anyhow, like I said, I wanted to do this one about mental health, and recently I've been going through quite a bit. A little bit after Christmas, I don't know how much detail I'm supposed to go into and how much is too much. I took too many pills a few times. It obviously didn't work. I ended up in one mental health facility in Titusville that was alright. It was just freezing in there no matter where you were, and they didn't have enough blankets. But the people that worked there were nice, and the food was prepared by a chef that you got every day, and it was nice, and the therapy was good, etc. They started me on some new meds, and still to be determined if those are working the best. From there, they decided that I needed a more long-term stay, and they were more of a immediate need help place just for a few days kind of thing. So they got in touch with a place in Orlando, and I got transferred there, and I was there for almost exactly a month, and I really liked the setup. I liked my roommate. I liked my routine that I had there, and food was a little crappier than the Titusville place, but whatever. What do you expect? And I had just been getting set up with another therapist that I felt more comfortable with. I was getting set up with a new therapy. I wanted to try advanced resolution therapy, ART. I do recommend it. It helps take negative memories and negative experiences that affect your mental health and flip them. So basically, you weren't the one that experienced them. That it changes how your brain thinks of it. So I was getting set up all with that, and then one day I asked the head of like one of the programs if he could ask the cooks if they could include honey mustard in my thing, and he said, yeah, I'm gonna do it, it's fine. And he was talking about later that evening and later that day and everything, how he was gonna see me. And then I went outside for rec therapy, which you just kind of sit there if you want, or you go swimming. It was very cold, so no swimming. Or pickleball, which I tried, but I like tennis too much to enjoy pickleball, because pickleball is just so slow. But while I was out there, all of a sudden one of the other admin people came out and asked me to walk with her, and walked me to the fence where a police car was sitting, and told me I was being Baker acted. Apparently, when you're Baker acted, you're supposed to be told that they're planning on doing this, that they're thinking of doing this. You're not supposed to be caught off guard. I was completely caught off guard. It was out of the blue. All of a sudden, I had a police car picking me up and taking me to a whole new place, and it was extremely traumatic because that's the first time I've ever been in a police car, and the police officer wasn't all that talkative or like helpful. He didn't really make me feel like I wasn't being arrested. I almost expected that I should have had cuffs on. So I got to the place that they decided to take me to after that, and that place was the worst place ever. I actually felt like I was in prison. I needed more blankets because I don't regulate temperature very well, and again, the place was very, very cold. They wouldn't give me new blankets, more blankets, nada. They allowed a little bit more stuff than the Orlando place, like how much time you could have on the phone and how many times you could make a phone call and stuff, and like you could have colored pencils, which the other place didn't really like, or pens or something. It was something that it was just different. But I was there for 3 days and they finally realized, hey, you shouldn't have been Baker acted. One, you should have been told that you were being Baker acted. Two, you don't need to be Baker acted. They should never have done that to you. But through all this, I was introduced. I experienced a man who acted like a snake. He would hiss and then like do the Michael Jackson moonwalk thing. And then some other girl called him the N word, and then so they started getting into a fight, and then another guy started screaming, and they put him in seclusion, and he just threw his poop everywhere, so it smelled like crap in the entire bottom floor. Mind you, I got there at about 11 a.m. I didn't get a bed until. Sorry, I'm counting. About 10 p.m. I was down there in the waiting room. One guy had to be taken to the hospital because he stopped responding. They were like, no problem. He's just overdosing and whatever. I'm like, literally, he's having trouble breathing. I can see it. You need to call somebody. So he ended up going to the emergency room. And all the while, we have the smell of poop because the dude threw his poop everywhere, and then somebody right after him did the same thing, and then she came back into the room and just flung herself on the floor and started basically throwing a tantrum like a 2-year-old. So that was awesome and not traumatic at all. I finally got my room, and then it was just horrible. I'll fill you in more later because the video is getting a little long, but it was the worst place I've ever been. It was horrible. And being Baker acted, do your best unless it's absolutely necessary. Do your damnedest to never have that happen to you. It's horrible. Even most psychologists don't agree with the Baker Act. Okay, I'm done for today. I just wanted to start this. Thanks for listening. Do the whole subscribe, like, comment, or whatever. It's good talking to you. Bye.